Hi everybody and welcome back to my backyard once again. Today we have the Manta Pro from Axisflying, a premium bind and fly 5-inch, and for what I saw it has a lot of LEDs. So let's open the box and see what's inside. Boom! The packaging is on point with this silhouette. The first thing you see is the drone itself. And under this panel you have 3 accessory boxes. 2 of the boxes have propellers inside. One set is spare, one is for the drone. Propellers are from HQ Props and they are 5.1 inch by 3.8 by 3 blades. And they are in this beautiful deep red color. Opening the real accessory box is full of stuff inside. A lot of nice colored stickers, Axisflying keychain, finally an exhaustive quick start guide. It's actually a booklet and it has quite a bit of pages. Very nice, I love that. Original DJI O3 antenna if you get the plug and play version. And here a parts bag with 2 high quality retro reflective battery straps, 2 5.8 GHz antennas for the drone, spare white silicone battery holder, the one I have on the drone is black, extra screws, extra spare receiver connector wire, and extra silicone and 3D printed camera mounts, action cam mount screw, and all the hardware you need to service the drone. And finally, it's time to talk about the drone itself, and I have to say they went over the top with the design, the colors and the choices. It's the equivalent of a gaming PC for FPV 5 inches basically. The materials are crazy, the carbon, I mean just look at it. I have never seen forged carbon on a drone, and it's a shame most of it is covered basically by stuff, especially in the bottom. It's nice, they added a lot of quality stuff, probably improves somewhat aerodynamically, but they cover the incredible carbon they have. Look at it, it has red specks that shine through it. All of these premium materials and covers, you can feel them in your hand. Feels like a brick and it's 480 grams, kind of on the hefty side. Let's see how it flies, but for sure, I love the dead cat configuration. 228mm motor to motor, no propellers in view of the O3 and of course on the action camera. The arms are 6mm, the top plate is 2 and the bottom plate is 3mm. The motors are Axisflying 2207, they look very nice, look at those coils and the round magnets inside. They are pushed by a 55 amp 32-bit ESC and a F7 flight controller. I have the O3 version, and since it has side covers they added a heatsink on the bottom, so now that it's summer it's not gonna overheat. It also has a GPS on the back, very big one, no brand, it's a Axisflying reading from the bottom, and a buzzer here. And just like a gaming PC, it's full of RGB. You can see how many single addressable RGBs are on there, 23. They made a Christmas tree out of this drone. Boom, just look at it. Most sectors are addressable, you can change the functions, it has optic wire coming through the arm and out here. And one nitpick, just because they went all in on this drone, I mean the quality again is amazing, but this part is 3D printed, this as well, and also the back part. And I mean, there is nothing wrong with that, but since they went all in, they could have spent a couple extra more bucks to get these parts injection molded for a totally high quality drone. I was about to put the SD card into the O3 to record the footage, but there is no freaking hole to do that. This is a very bad design choice. It's a choice they made, I don't know why. I mean, just dig a hole into the side covers and you're set. They chose not to give us that function. I don't like form over function. I'm gonna fly with a 1800 mAh 6S battery and record with the O3 internal storage, and then I will connect a cable to get the video out, because apparently for Axisflying having 30,000 LEDs is more important than being able to use SD cards. Very fast to pick up satellites, even if it has been sitting 1 minute because I didn't bound the goggles. This is the first time arming and flying, and yeah, the drone is very good. Of course, it's a premium drone, not jello, super stable. Whoa, what was that? What was that? Nothing. Okay, let's trash it and see if it shakes, because usually when you get X frames it's fine, but with these dead cats well, sometimes they can do crazy things, but it seems like this drone is locked in. Yes, yes, nice. Goes fast. I like the way it flies. If it only had space for the SD card, probably you can remove the side plates. I hope so, but I'm salty about that because I was happy about this drone until I saw that. That is a terrible, terrible, terrible choice. Oh, the rates are a little bit too high for what I like. I'm gonna probably put some expo because I want to be able to trash it a little bit more. Profile, rates, expo. Let's put. I use stamps, so I like 0.335. I feel like this. I have much better control on my thumbs. Let's see how it flies now. Wow, much better now. Feel much more in control. Now I'm gonna crash because I just said that, but whoa! Yeah, the super rate is a little bit too high. I don't know why. I mean, for how heavy it is, it flies very, very zippy, and I have a 1800 milliamps on it. Wow, it is very zippy. Good job on the motors. Good job. Oh, the propeller pairing is on point. If it wasn't for the freaking SD card, full marks. It's a little bit posh with all the LEDs and all the forged carbon fiber. I mean, it's a little bit over the top, but wow. It also doesn't seem to suck a ton of juice. It has some setup shakes here and there. I don't know if it's my finger or if it's the drone, but I mean, the yaw is just crazy sometimes. Not always. You saw that? That wasn't me. You saw? It makes some weird vibrations sometimes. Nothing to be worried about, of course. If you fly normally, it's fine. I'm just here to report every little nitpick I find. You saw that snap? That wasn't me. Hey. Land now. Okay. 4 minutes, 26 seconds of flying with a 1800 milliamps, no action cam. Of course, I pushed a lot. The motors are very hot, like 45 degrees. The battery was hot as well. I expected a little bit more, but I pushed a lot. And of course, the drone extra little bit of weight doesn't really help. But it flies very, very nice, except it has some twitch sometimes, probably due to the dead cat design. Boom! 940 grams with the action camera. This thing is pointy. You don't wanna get it on your head. Okay. Feels a little bit heavier, not by incredibly much. The sun is setting, summer, 8:30 p.m. Yeah, it has much less push now. A little bit more shake than before, but is still manageable. Wow, that whistle. Yeah, it goes, still goes. Yeah. I still have to take the pictures of the product, so I don't really want to crash. That's why I'm flying a little bit more conservatively. It still cruises pretty fine, probably 70 kilometers, 70, 80 kilometers per hour. It's fine, it's not bad. But now the battery will suffer if you push. No shakes, of course, the extra inertia helps with that. Still pretty solid tuning. Yes, comes down super straight. Let's try and do the usual inverted spins. Seems fine. Yes. Yeah, now the battery is really suffering, and is at 1800 is the maximum they recommend. Of course, you can go with bigger, but you will be flying over 1 kilo 5-inch, and that's not common really. That's not advised for this kind of flying. If you wanna, of course, cruise and go long range, then it's fine, put a bigger battery, but this drone is a little bit on the heavier side. I don't know why, sometimes it's super sharp, sometimes it's low, sometimes it's fast. I'm giving the same input, sometimes it turns like crazy, I don't know why. The twitch we had before seems gone. Maybe it is softened by the extra weight of the... Oh wow, that was a very close miss. Ooh. Wow, today I feel like I'm very lucky, because I'm gonna be honest, I was not controlling that. Wow. These propellers are cutting through those trees like... Wow. Yeah, maybe I'm a bit rusty. It's like it's not constant. I don't know what to say. The throttle management as well. Okay, I guess low battery. Guess it's about time to land. GPS seems fine. Okay, let's try the GPS. Just cause I hope it doesn't fall. Please don't fall with the GoPro on top. Okay, I activated the GPS. A mosquito had fun on my forehead while I was flying, and the camera decided to die at the very worst moment, because I activated GPS rescue while I was flying. But then I noticed the battery was at 3 volts and was dropping very, very fast. So I deactivated GPS rescue and tried coming in for a landing, but I couldn't really make it all the way here. It stopped 5 meters there and it basically crashed on the concrete. Nothing to report, the drone is fine, the camera was a little bit scuffed, but no problem. Time for my final opinion on the Axisflying Manta 5 Pro. This drone is over the top. It's crazy looking, and I feel like they saw the Nazgulevok lineup from iFlight and they were like, let's one-up them. So they added more RGBs, more aluminum heat sinks, and this crazy looking carbon fiber, which I wish to see in more drones, because I don't think it costs more. It's just aesthetic finish of the top layers, but I love the way it looks. And so, looking at this drone, it's crazy. Also, I personally prefer the red color over the green of the iFlight, but it's just personal preference. So, this is probably the best looking drone I ever seen. Maybe a little bit too much with RGB on the side, but it's the spirit of this drone. It's like a gaming PC. You want as many RGBs as possible. But at the end of the day, I have to judge a drone not on the way it looks, but on the way it flies and on the functionality. Flying wise, very, very nice. For being a dead cat, of course, it has the occasional twitch and sometimes it's not 100% accurate, but the P-tuning, very, very nice. The drone is locked, it's on rails. It's a nice feeling. The power surprised me because the drone is 511 grams, yet it feels super zippy, especially even when you put a action camera on it. Wow, the motors, very good job on them. They are zippy, responsive and powerful. But I feel like I have to address the elephant in the room, because you come here for advice. So if you like, you already have many 5 inches, you have the money, you like to have the most over-the-top drone out there, this is probably the most posh 5-inch with all these LEDs and stuff. But, I mean, 511 grams, 450 grams. 60 grams of difference is a lot. And also this is 200 bucks less. 399, 599. All of this extra money and weight, is it really functional weight, or is just LEDs and side covers that create problems like not having a SD card hole, having to put a heatsink because there is no airflow in the chassis. Of course it's more protected, the electronics inside, but at the end of the day, these drones are not meant to be put on a shelf, they are for flying and crashing. And when you start crashing this, you're gonna cry. With this one, you don't really care too much, I feel like. Of course, I still recommend this drone, it flies very nice. And if you have the money and if you care about showing up at a drone meet and having the most cool looking drone, probably this is it. It's just eccentric. Of course, maybe you don't have to fly O3 and you don't have to care about the missing SD card slot, which is a killer feature for me. And as always, remember to like, subscribe and comment on this video. Let me know what you think about this drone and about this trend of putting side covers, LEDs, like useless weight. I feel like companies should charge more for generative design and lighter carbon. Just make the most functional and resistant drone we could have, instead of focusing on making the most eccentric drone. If you want to buy something, check out the links down in the description below, and as always, stay safe and happy flying. Bye!